Hi, everyone. Let's talk about motivation. So, what is it that makes us move, behave, think, feel? What is it that makes us progress? What's the driving force behind us? Where are our impulses coming from? This is an old question, and classic psychology has tried to answer this riddle. And one of the classic attempts, of course, was thinking that human motivation is parallel to animal motivation. And animals, they have basic motivations, of course, connected directly with survival. So my dog, he is not so ambitious. He wants mostly shelter, he wants food, he wants sex, he wants play, he wants to move, he wants to sleep, and that's about it. Lots of animals are a little bit like that, although some might get curious, like cats and dogs indeed, and evolved animals in general. Curiosity might be a little bit different from the usual animal motivations, because the classic ones, they have this repetitive side. So I eat, I get angry, I eat, I am motivated to eat, I behave in ways that allow me to get food. And once I eat, it's like the motivation ceases for some time until I need to eat again. I get hungry again because my organism needs food. And this repeats itself about the same way all the time. Same about biological motivations in general. Then even some evolved animals, they have curiosity, and curiosity is a little bit different. It's an intrinsic motivation, meaning it's a kind of motivation that gets satisfied by itself. Like with several human motivations, when we do something because we just like to do it, like eventually playing something, that is enough. We are not doing it to achieve something else. So when even an animal gets curious, curiosity gets satisfied by finding out something, observing something, watching, listening, smelling, and so on. Well, but human beings have a different kind of motivation. We can hardly say that an animal in general can be ambitious, can wish for something in the future, can have time projections. While we human beings, we have it all the time. We think about ourselves in the future. We think about future accomplishments, developments. We have projects. We have this constant projection towards the future. And connected with this, we have a very specific idea. Human motivation evolves. So when I was in the past pedaling with my little car as a child, all I wanted was a nice, shiny pedal car, and I wanted to use it and to play with it. I was really thinking about getting a driver's license and getting a future adult car. Later, of course, my ambition evolved, and now I wanted really to have a driver's license and have a car so I could move around and feel autonomous and so on. And my project around it kept evolving. At first, I wanted to learn how to drive. Later, I wanted to learn how to drive better, like sparing combustible, being able to slide with my car, knowing how to brake in a better, effective way, and so on and so on. Of course, to some human beings, that will not stop there. They will later on eventually even become professional drivers aiming at the Formula One. And in Formula One, if they get there, eventually they want to become champions. But generally speaking, we have this idea that human motivation evolves in several ways. It can become a project, the project, and evolve and evolve and evolve. So in a way, there is no end to human motivation. It can always become different, and it can always evolve. And it can become sort of autonomous. So I may start doing something because it sounds interesting, or even because I'm going to earn some money, some outside external reward out of it. But then it becomes so interesting that I no longer need something outside of it. It's pleasing by itself. Like I become a miniature train collector, and with time I get all kinds of rewards out of it. I get in touch with people, I learn more about it, I develop my general culture from it, and that's enough. It keeps growing and evolving, and I'm quite satisfied with it. I'm expanding myself in a way, my knowledge, my behavior, my possessions also in some situations out of it. But then, of course, another human question is, okay, when I do something, when I behave, when I feel and think, when I move through life, what is it really that drives me? What is the real impulse? Well, eventually, when we are interested in spiritual stuff, when we are interested in transpersonal psychology, for instance, we start noticing that our motivation can come from different layers of our own being. It can come from, indeed, our body, but it can come from our mind, our emotional state, and perhaps it can come from a deeper self. Typically, when it's coming from a deeper self, it's like now the driving force is coming from a deeper layer within, or a higher layer, or both, and perhaps a higher chakra also, because in the classic Hindu system, the classic yogic system, each chakra can have its own influence in our nervous system, our hormonal system, and the like. And also each chakra is connected with a different kind of state of consciousness, and of course, a different motivational state. So I can go inside, I can find which level of my inner elevator I am at, and what is happening there, what kind of motivation is arising from there. Generally speaking, I may think that when motivation starts coming from my deeper self, everything changes. But eventually, now I'm not so much projecting myself as a personal self into the future, trying to accomplish something for my own selfish needs or for my close ones. I am now moving from a different inner state, a state of progressive expansion, of connection with eventually everyone, everything, everywhere. And now I start motivating probably mostly from love, unselfish love, big love, the kind of love that the bodhisattvas feel when they want to reach enlightenment for the good of all living beings, not for themselves. And they want to expand love and wisdom so they know also how to love to the benefit of the cosmos. This is a different kind of motivation, and the good news is that in some way it gets self-satisfying in the present time, because then everything we do and feel and we stop doing and whatever happens with us is coming from this deeper connection, this expansion, this whatever we could call it, that gets fulfilled because we exist, we move, and we move in harmony with the collective of humans, of sentient beings, and of the universe. And that's about enough. This is the main idea for today. So, as usual, if you like, subscribe to the channel, share with friends, comment, and I'll be back later, of course.